It's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. Also time where we go to the post office. Christina brought back a single solitary letter. We used to get tons of viewer mail. Now, mostly online.
Comments, because they know you read them.
Yeah, I do read the comments, and I take them
You
seriously.
were all up in the comments.
I wasn't all up in the comments. I was just reading. Dear Wildes, love the show. Oh, thanks. And thanks for not talking too much about Brock Purdy.
That's not what it says. Look, Brew, is that what it says?
It does say that.
Thank you, bro. That's why it's an after card. Some of the draft hats last night seemed a little ill-fitting. Any solutions? Thanks, Ryan and Brian. That's a good point. Every once in a while, a hairstyle doesn't quite fit the classic snapback. There is one solution, though, especially if you're going to Dallas, which Cooper Flagg, this would just solve no matter what hairstyle you had. It looks good on everybody. A good old-fashioned 10-gallon hat.
That would fit everybody.
Before you start the Bud list, can
Look
I
how tall you are in that, bro.
a hat
6'9".
question, Brew?
Deceptively tall.
Why does the NBA go with the charade of the 10th?
You know
No,
you got
the
traded.
10th pick is made by the Houston Rockets and makes the guy put on a Rockets hat, Malawatch, when he's a Sun.
I don't know. That confused me, actually.
It confused everyone. Everyone's like, wait, I thought,
I don't like that.
I understand the trade has not officially gone through.
I was going to say, because we're getting it from reporters. Or was the league didn't officially say.
New era has
I
to
don't
be
even
the
mean
first
just
to know.
that it went through, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
The league has
it's just the official league year. I get it. Like it's July 6th or whatever. Give the guy the right hat. Hats are not binding. Let him wear the Suns hat.
Malawatch, he even talked about the Suns. Like,
Yeah,
he
of
knew
course.
what
Everybody
was-
knew. It's so
He was
weird.
talking about the Suns with the Rockets hat on.
Yes.
I don't know if he had the Rockets hat on.
Go ahead.
Time for
Sorry,
the Bud
bro.
list.
All right, here we go. Number 3. Pure motivation and
Wow.
inspiration, KD, Kevin Durant. Now, look, KD, I know you don't care. You don't care what people are saying about your ability or inability to win championships, how rings affects your legacy. It's all about, shooting the J, dribbling the basketball better than you did yesterday. I get, look, it's worked for you.
Fun of it.
It's worked for you. I get it.
honorable.
No, I get it. But here's what you got to recognize, KD. You have a great opportunity here. I called it essentially a no-lose situation. I mean, unless you go there and the Rockets fall off and are in the play-in or whatever it might be, go out in the first round, you're set. Yes, that's not going to happen. You'll be set. And I don't think you have to win a championship, but imagine if you do. And you have the team to do it. You got defenders. Now with you, they've got scoring. You got a fantastic coach that you vibe with. You've got youth and athleticism. You got age and leadership in Fred VanVleet and some others. And so you've got a grand opportunity here. Imagine if you win the championship. All the mental asterisks that some people have put beside your Golden State rings, gone, kaput in an instant. All right? All of the, you go, from all this talk about you can't be a leader. You're not a leader. Gone in an instant, because this is a young team in need of leadership. And we've talked about you, particularly me, as a top 20-ish guy. All of a sudden, that becomes top 15-ish. Some people would say he's in the conversation for top 10. So, KD, what an opportunity. What a golden opportunity. I know you don't care. It's just about boxing out a little bit better than you did yesterday. That's all right, though. But go get that ring. I believe in you. I'm not picking you guys, but I believe you.
It's a new bit, and it's fantastic.
I'm just saying. I don't know what Wildes is talking about. All right, at number 2, Ace Bailey.
Oh, good.
I said earlier, I said yesterday, Ace, you got some bad advice. But I'm not holding it against you. You're a young kid. You're just taking the advice of some elders. But what it did was make people, really with no other evidence, but question your character, including me. Like, why is he doing it? Who does he think he is that he doesn't need to work out for any of these teams? And your college coach came to bat for you. Everybody says you're a great kid, great attitude, all of that. So go to Utah with the right attitude. I get it that you want to go to some of these other places. As Nick pointed out earlier, we get it. Utah's nobody's, not your dream destination. but don't let it be a nightmare destination either. Go there, continue to work hard. You've talked about your work ethic. Continue to work hard. The ball will be in your hands. You will be able to develop there. You've got a very good coach in Will Hardy, very good front office. So go there, develop your game, and become, look, remember, a couple of, like going into last season, there was legitimate debate about who is the best player in this class, Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey. There's no debate right now, but go ahead and make it a debate, Ace. I believe in you. All right, at number 1, speaking of Cooper Flagg, Cooper Flagg. Great name, Cooper, too. Cooper's all the rage now. That's like the name out there. But anyway, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and it can be a curse.
Yeah.
To go number 1. I mean, Nick and I have tried to temper the expectations.
Yes.
I think you'll be a star, perennial all-star. But some people are saying you and Wemby are the Magic and Bird type of rivalry, and you know you're gonna change the game. I saw a commercial saying you might change the league and all this stuff, and there's a lot of pressure on you. You know, you like it or not, you are going to be kind of compared to Luka. Like you're replacing Luka Doncic, who we know how great he is. People are expecting MVPs. People are expecting a Hall of Fame type career. But yesterday, I thought you handled yourself terrifically, said all the right things without coming off as cliche riddled. You just seemed like a really thoughtful, solid guy, confident, but not overly cocky to where you won't listen to your veteran teammates and your coach. So, look, you seem to have the whole package. Just go in there and work hard and be yourself and play your game. And I actually like you and your team a lot. Cooper Flagg, I believe in you.
Great Bud list as always.
So full of motivation today. It really was.
Yeah.
As always. Wild.
Oh, we don't know what's going on here. It's time now, whether you like it or not, for the Sports Media Ombudsman. It's just in the script. I don't know which direction you're going.
Sports Media Ombudsman surveys the sports media landscape, ombuds as needed, very often critical.
Yes.
Not always, however. Sometimes flowers are needed. Sometimes flowers are needed even for some of my alleged rivals.
Arch rivals.
So, here's the deal. Journalism isn't always what it once was. Back when Brew was getting his, hand stained by the Gray Lady. Did I get that right? Something like it.
Type it
You developed sources. Sometimes you ruffled some feathers. You uncovered news. These days, it feels a little too often like just text an agent. Hey, can I go with this yet? What's the deal? Like, what's the most glowing way I can frame this story possibly? So, I would like to shout out Pablo Torre, rival, and Mike Florio, friend, except for when he's speculating about Andy Reid's retirement. Not happening, Mike. For some old school journalism. They went out and got a document. They went out and read the document. They went out and, then they had a little competition amongst themselves who could get the document first. Looks like Pablo beat him. And then said, hey, anybody that was curious, like, hey, why was the whole league seemingly not interested in Lamar Jackson? Read the document. Maybe you'll find out. What was the rest of the league's reaction to the guaranteed contract from Deshaun Watson? That's in there as well. And whether you think this should be a front page story or you don't really care, I'm just glad that it's there. I am glad that there are still instances of real muckraking, might make people a little uncomfortable or a little mad journalism. Because ultimately what journalism typically is making powerful people a little uncomfortable. And I think that probably is what those guys were trying to do. So I'm glad they did it. So even though, Pablo, not available for the podcast, I applaud you. Florio, Andy and Patrick aren't retiring, but I applaud you and I applaud the old school journalism.
Well done. I agree. I applaud those guys too, because you're right. It's just journalism is about keeping everybody accountable.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the powerful people with all the money can not be held accountable. And that's what journalism is all about, getting the truth out there And they did it. So I agree with you, Nick. That's a good one. Props.
Controversy sells, though.
Yeah.
And you squashing your beef with Pablo is doing this show no favors.
Oh, the beef is still on. I just, you know what I mean. You can.
'Cause he's not welcome
I need
on
to.
the
I need to
podcast
pat. I
and
need
doesn't
to
wanna
pat
go
him on the head every once in a while.
I like a mean-spirited beef more than anything. I am putting an old friend on the Bud list, Sean Marks and the Brooklyn Nets. Now,
Weren't you? Wait,
yeah,
you were
I
saying
did.
just, was it a day ago?
So yesterday I had a great take that really took the internet by storm. The Nets had 5 first-round picks, and everyone's like, surely they are not going to take,
5 players.
5 players.
Yeah.
And I said, even if they do, haven't you ever heard of the Fab Five? It works out. You take 5 guys from high school, put them in college, they become, make the shorts a little bit longer, put some Nike Maestros on. It works, okay? But that team also kind of fit together. You know what I mean?
You think?
Yeah, you got Juwan Howard, he's tall, Weber's at forward, Jalen's got the ball. It all worked. Here's who the Nets took. They were the first team to ever take 5 first-round picks. If you notice all those G's there, 4 G's. They took 4 guards, 3 point guards, and they have D'Angelo Russell on the squad. Danny Wolf from Michigan. I like also the part sneaks into the Fab Five thing because the Fab Five went to Michigan.
Yeah, people don't know that.
Gotcha.
A lot of times that slips people's minds. Now tonight they are trading the 36th pick to the Suns, so they don't get an opportunity to draft another guard for 2 other picks. So, at first blush, it looks like too many guards. But as I showed you yesterday, I like the idea of putting a lot of chips on the roulette wheel. One of these guys might be a superstar. Pascal Siakam was one of these picks. Rudy Gobert was one of these picks.
You mean the number?
The numbers. Yeah,
I love that thing with the number.
Or 27.
Yeah.
Well, Siakam's
Throughout
there.
the history of the league, every pick.
I would have thought they
probably
would
a
have
good player.
taken. If they're going to draft all 5, I would have thought, honestly, 3 of them might be guys they expected to stay in Europe or stay overseas.
Total flyers.
Yeah, or not just total
Well, it
flyers.
also helps you
but-
out roster.
Right, but guys that you don't
financially.
expect to come over immediately. Like it was,
They've got 3 guys who are foreign born.
international. I understand, but I don't think
players,
I think there's only.
Might be coming
right, I think they expect all of them to
be ready to rock.
right, to be able to play.
So just Windhorse. I wasn't familiar with all of these guys. Windhorse was on the numbers on the board. I think it was an alternate broadcast.
Yeah.
And he just started laughing to himself on his phone. And the other hosts were like, "What are you laughing about?" And he said, quote, "People, other GMs and executives were texting him, quote, people are making fun of the Nets draft."
Yeah. So
Not great.
where were we? We were outside. It was at one of the mini Super Bowls the Chiefs.
Oh, Arizona.
won. So it was at Arizona, outside, in February of 23, I guess? 22?
No.
I don't know. Whenever it was. It's hard to keep the Chiefs Super Bowls together. And you did a Sean Marks rant about him not knowing what he's doing.
Well, he's just
I
moving
thought
target.
you did that in here.
We
Which
were
was-
outside.
That was a phenomenal.
It was
And
outside.
that wasn't
We had
even
no.
That was
You didn't know
just the
if you were
change
even
of
on the
direction.
show.
No, but that was just the
Again,
changing-
it was that
the
Arizona thing
changing
that
of
was-
vision for the
Yeah,
franchise.
yes,
yeah, no, it was
You
Arizona.
got to do another one tomorrow, okay? I want to hear that.
But my point is, that was 2.5 years ago.
Yes. And now they're rebuilding again.
Yeah.
Look, I'm giving Sean Marks credit just for continuing to be their GM. Like, this is impressive.
It really
That
Because
was
they don't-
30
they
months
look
ago.
rudderless.
It's
I mean,
February
seriously.
9th, 2023, when you did that rant.
And also, it feels like if there was a strong move to make for Ace Bailey, it was now. That Ace
Yeah, give it a try. I agree. Like,
wanted to be on the East Coast, Rutgers to Brooklyn, it would
You
have
have
been.
all the picks. It's
Kinda
really weird. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.